Enrique Pantona.
Enrique Pantona.
Pantona.
How do you spell it?
Pantoja.
Pan.
Toja.
Okay. Pantoja. What's your date of birth?
11/15/76.
All right. So this is our no name, right? You all? Can you get rid of that?
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Do you need an interpreter, sir? Can you speak?
Yeah.
Let's wait until the interpreter comes on then. Okay. Get rid of the chat. Yeah.
Your Honor, do you want to move on to the next person while we wait for the interpreter?
Oh, man.
Public defender, because the next person's a felony, right? Yes, I do. Yeah, let's wait. Mr. Wooten then, as long as the public defenders. Hold on a second, you all. Along the side there, we did it, whatever we did. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Okay. All right, but I don't have the interpreter yet. So yes, if we can do Mr. Wooten and wait for the interpreter, that would be great.
Switch. You switch.
What's your name, sir?
Aaron Wooten.
All right, you're charged with aggravated domestic violence. And counsel, the state's asking for a $50,000 bond. Did you want to be heard?
Yes, please, Judge. Real briefly, I know the court's probably looked at the pretrial report. I see that he has a bunch of misdemeanor cases, but Judge, he just has one failure to appear in the last 2 years. And I believe the victim did not sustain any injuries, although she had some other consequences afterwards. For those reasons, Judge, we're asking, if you're not inclined to release, we're asking for something close to $10,000.
All right, so there were 3 separate cases and the victim is objecting to release, and I think those were injuries. And so I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent Mr. Wooten. No contact with Amber Moore, no return to her residence or work, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms, no acts of domestic violence. Hold him on a $50,000 bond, comply with pretrial services if posted. February 12th at 1:30 is the preliminary hearing.
Judge, my apologies. I should have said the victim, when interviewing with pretrial, noted that she had injuries, but I understand the interest.
Okay. All right, that's it. Then I guess we can do our misdemeanors until the Spanish interpreter gets here. I hope they're here because we didn't have anyone listed under Spanish. So, but we'll keep doing our misdemeanors and see if they show up. Thank you.
Briefly excuse Judge.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
$50,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This one.
What's your name?
Travis Manzano, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's see, you have several warrants out of justice court for shoplifting and failure to appear. And, several out of Marana, looks like too. Hold on. So on your justice court cases, I'm going to hold you on a $500 bond, appoint Jill Gookin to represent you, and set your next court for February 4th at 1 PM on those justice court cases. Then it looks like you have a warrant for Marana also. On that one, I am going to release you because hopefully you'll be out of everything else by then. And that one, don't go back to the incident location. That's also a shoplift. And come back to Marana City Court on March 5th at 10 o'clock. And then you have multiple failures to appear in city court, 2 pages worth of shoplifting, drug paraphernalia. So I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you on those. Order you not to go back to any of the incident locations, hold you on a $500 bond, and your next court date will be on February 11th at 1:45. And that's it, sir. Your lawyers will be talking to you.
And good evening, Your Honor. This is the Spanish interpreter. There are no Spanish speakers on the list, but I don't know if that's been verified.
Yeah, there is one. Actually, the no-name booking turned out to be Spanish
Got
speaker, so we'll get him
Okay.
next. Thanks.
Thank you.
What's your name, sir? Your name,
Greg Kaplan.
right.
Greg Kaplan?
You know what you're charged with?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not gonna read it to you. I will order you not to have any contact with the victim. Don't go near her residence. No alcohol or illegal drugs. And you need to come back to court on March 4th at 8:30 or a warrant will issue for your arrest, justice court. You understand?
Yes.
All right, then you're released with those conditions.
Okay.
Could we have back, Mr. whatever he turned out to be? I forget the no-name booking guy.
Yes, ma'am.
Interpreter, thank you,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Pantoja, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. And so we've got the interpreter here. And sir, you told me your date of birth. I want to make sure I was right. November 16th, 1976.
No, es
Señor Pantoja,
11,
su fecha de
11.
nacimiento es el 16 de noviembre de 96.
no, 15, 11-15 del 76.
No, the 15th, 11/15/76. Muy bien. Gracias.
All right, you are charged with shoplifting and refusal to identify yourself from January 31st.
Se le ha presentado cargos de ratería en tienda y de rehusar de identificarse que ocurrió el 31 de enero.
Sí.
I'm
Yes.
gonna order you not to go back to that store, to that incident location.
Le voy a ordenar que usted no regrese a esa tienda, a esa localidad del incidente.
And come back to court on March 4th at 8:30 or a warrant will issue for your arrest, okay?
Y regresar al tribunal para el proceso el día 4 de marzo a las 8:30 de la mañana, o si no, se emitirá una orden de arresto en su nombre. ¿Está bien?
Está bien.
That's fine.
Okay,
So voy a salir.
So am I going to get out?
yep, I'm gonna release you.
Sí, lo voy a liberar.
Okay. Thank you.
Your Honor, this is records.
Yes,
Could we have the Spanish interpreter, interpret some questions for him?
sure, go ahead.
Can you ask him what his current address is?
Señor, ¿qué es su domicilio actual?
Pues ahorita vivo con mi hermana allá en el, no me acuerdo la dirección, pero es Minorca Street, en la,
Well, right now I live
Careful.
with my sister. I don't remember the address, but it's on Minorca Street.
Does he want to keep Olga, his sister, as emergency contact?
Yeah,
Y usted quiere mantener a su hermana Olga como contacto de emergencia, ¿verdad?
sí.
Yes.
And then what's his current weight?
¿Y qué es su peso actual, señor?
No sé, como 151.
I don't know, around 151.
That is all. Thank you.
Es todo, gracias.
All right, thank,
And may interpreter be excused, Your Honor.
yes, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Noted. Noted. Consider.
You all, I'm sorry, can we wait for a few minutes on Miss Padley? The victim said he was going to sign in, and I know we got started really early, so can we just?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's hold off on her. and
No,
make sure he's gonna let him have a chance to sign in, okay? Thank you.
Curtis.
Hello, Your Honor.
Oh, what's your name, sir?
Donald Curtis.
All right, you are charged with 2 counts of domestic violence, disorder. I am going to order you not to have any contact with Amy Pisano or her child, not to return to her residence, no alcohol or illegal drugs. What?
He's actually in my custody right now.
Right now, while you're at the jail?
No, he's at the house actually.
Yeah, so you can't go back there. So you can't go back to wherever she's living. You can't have contact with.
No, she has an order of protection at that house. It was served yesterday, so I'm the only one living there at that house.
Okay, then
My
don't go
son
back
was there.
to her residence. And
She doesn't have a residence.
no contact with him right now, and you can talk to your lawyer, because I'm gonna hold you on $1,000 bond and set your next court date for February 12th at 1:30. And if you get out, you gotta come to court on that date. Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
So I won't be released on my own recognizance or anything like that?
No,
This is from a November case.
is it? Let me look, because that'll change
Yeah,
my mind.
this is,
Okay.
yeah,
hold
this
on,
just
let me
came up
look.
out of nowhere. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. And I wouldn't do that if it was, okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm glad you told me, because I didn't look at the date, so I just assumed it was from today. All right, so you are not to have any contact with her, and she has an order of protection against you, right?
I have one against her.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna order you not to have any contact with her, so it can go both ways, and don't go wherever she is living. And no acts
Yes.
of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs, but I am gonna release you, okay? So let me change,
Thank you so much.
I'll change my date. But tell me, come back to court on March 7th at 9 o'clock for a warrant will issue for your arrest, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Is that all, ma'am?
That's all.
Thank you.
Yeah, no,
Hold on. Somebody before you.
we're done with our misdemeanors. We'll bring her last. Yeah, we have a couple to go, so.
Good stuff. All right. They'll be the one deciding you can get out of it. I don't know. The more you talk, the more likely it is to be said.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Can I change it to admiralty law where you're not the judge and the prosecutor and the jury? And I have full constance of my own
Are you?
signature?
Wilbur?
And can I get rid of this statutory rights to abolish my significance of rights? Declaration of
Is this Mr. Milberg?
I guess I can't change it to admiralty law,
Correct.
right? I
Okay.
can't change it to admiralty law, right?
We can mute Mr. Milberg, and I'm going to appoint the public defender, order him not to have any contact with the victims, no return to the incident location, $500 bond, and the next court date will be February 10th at 1:45. And that's it, sir.
Thomas.
We'll double check into that.
What's your name, sir?
Simon Thomas.
You are charged with domestic violence, assault, domestic violence, disorderly conduct. If I release you, you're not to have any contact with Margaret Thomas and not to go back to her residence. You understand that?
Yep.
All right, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. You're gonna come back to city court on March 4th at 2 o'clock, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yep.
Then you're released with those conditions.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Officers, we might as well do Miss Padley because we don't have anyone signing in for her, and he already talked to pre-trial, so I think I'm fine.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
41.
What's your name, ma'am?
Melody Paddleton.
You are charged with domestic violence assault, 2 counts. I'm going to order you not to commit any acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and you need to come back to justice court on March 4th at 10:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
March 4th, right?
March 4th. They'll get you a
Okay.
copy of the paperwork, okay?
Okay,
Okay, all right, then you're released.
thank you, ma'am.
So that's section.
Oops, thank you. Yes, you wouldn't have let me arraign him on it. We'll open it. Oops.
No, back on the lower level. We'll find it, and then I'll get to you, members. Huh? I am.
What's your name, ma'am?
Jane,
All right, I am just seeing you on a case of drug paraphernalia, and that's a misdemeanor, so I am going to release you on that case. And I'm gonna set another court date for March 21st at 9 o'clock, and if you're still in custody, you'll have a city public defender, and they'll talk to you about what you wanna do with this misdemeanor case, okay? So, but if you get out of court, if you get out of felony court, then you need to come to court on March 10th at 9 o'clock, but it'll all be on the paperwork, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're released on that one. And that's it, man.
Lord.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Angel Flores.
State is dismissing your drug cases tonight, so I'm going to grant that dismissal. And what you've got left is misdemeanors, failures to appear on criminal trespass and drug paraphernalia. So I will release you, give you one more shot, come to city court, okay?
Okay.
And I don't have any dates on this one, Stephanie. Yeah, just give me an out of custody date for Judge Surio. Okay. All right, so you're gonna come back to court on these misdemeanors on March 4th at 2 o'clock. Another warrant will issue for your arrest. You end up right back there again, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. 2 o'clock. Another warrant will issue for your arrest. You end up right back there again, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
White.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Lee White.
All right. You are charged with possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, and you may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEP that only requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about that program at your next hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you. No alcohol or illegal drugs, release you to pretrial services. This hearing, the diversion hearing, the SMART hearing is February 11th at 9 o'clock and 45 days out. Can you calculate that for me on?
I believe that's March 19th, 2025, Judge.
Okay, thank you. I will do that. You're waiving time and agreeing to that?
Certainly, Judge.
Okay, so March 19th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing. So, sir, you need to report to court on February 11th at 9 o'clock, report to pretrial services and go to that SMART hearing. You also have a misdemeanor driving under the influence charge, and that is a separate issue. And I'm going to release you on that. Don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol or illegal drugs. And you need to come back to court March 4th at 8:30 for your arraignment on that one. So you won't have a lawyer until you get to court on that one. So make sure you keep track of that date, okay? Okay, that should be it, you all.
Thank you very much, Judge. Have a good night.
Your Honor, have a good night. Have a good night, Julian.
You too, Peter. Thank you.
Thanks, Jail. That